I am Noriko Bowlful, and this is Uncut. I've noticed some of you complain about not hearing well. How's my audio tonight? Type WOW in the comments if you can hear me clearly. That is W-O-W, WOW. Over the weekend, reports of the Rona in the Lusignan prison triggered a riot among the inmates that resulted in 7 of them getting shot by the guards, 2 of them fatally. Apparently, it turns out it wasn't because 2 inmates had the disease, but it was actually 140. While prison authorities and the Ministry of Home Affairs remains tight-lipped on the situation inside the prison, Minister Anthony revealed that 200 tests were completed so far at the prison, which is home to close to 1,000 inmates. The health minister said 80 of the prisoners who tested positive were moved to the Madawini isolation facility down the highway under close guard. After examining the works at the Chedi-Chaikin airport, the president made it clear to the Chinese ambassador and representatives of China Harbour Engineering Company that he will only accept the works that were outlined in the original contract. It would seem that despite coming to an agreement about what needed to be built, the Chinese company seemingly just went ahead and did as it pleased. Most of the works done was only in areas of the airport that the public would be using, and even those were done poorly, from experience. We paid for the roofing of the airport, but only got half a roof and the rest in concrete. Worse yet, said roof is leaking. We have to pay the contractor for any delays on our part, but they aren't punishing them for being late, which they have been for several years now, obviously, because this was supposed to be done years ago. Anyway, the contractor billed us several $1 million due to design changes, and despite the fact that we were under no obligation to pay based on the terms of the contract, we did for some reason. In fact, we signed a contract for a brand new terminal building, and the contractor decided to just refurbish our old building. The sewage needs to be repaired, which means ripping up the newly installed flooring, and to top things off, neither the engineers, consultants, project manager, nor the contractor himself could explain what the original price of the expansion really is or what it even entailed. Sketchy businessman and former director of parks Larry London received a multi-million-dollar contract under the previous administration to print birth certificates for the Ministry of Citizenship. His now defunct company, called, quote, Universal Procurement Services, end quote, was based in Miramar, Florida. London was supposedly paid over US $150,000 for the printing of over 20,000 birth certificates between 2019 and 2020. This is only the latest in a series of questionable government business deals involving London. BM Soot is Guyana's #1 auto dealer. There's something special in store for you if you visit them at Lot 9 Crawl Street, Georgetown tomorrow and tell them Noriko sent you to find out about their special offer this week. Call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soot Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive. Accused scammers Yuri Dominguez and his wife Atika Ishmael are asking the High Court to have mercy on their souls by prohibiting the police from instituting or continuing to institute further charges against them. The couple is currently facing 72 charges in relation to swindling dozens of Guyanese of $197 million in a major Ponzi scheme. They are also under investigation for money laundering. They were granted bail in excess of $27.8 million on some of the charges, but they were remanded to prison on the other charges. According to Kaiser News, there was an illegal asphalt racket coming out of the Ministry of Public Works. Allegedly, contractors working on government projects were, up till recently, mandated to take their asphalt from the Garden of Eden plant. Kaiser News was told by a number of persons that contractors would get asphalt at huge discounts under a popular type of scam that was running out of the government-owned asphalt plant. So, someone within the department would order asphalt to be billed to the ministry. They collected less than what was ordered, then someone sells the remaining asphalt at steep discounts to private contractors. They alleged that the scheme was so big that operators of privately run asphalt plants in the nation have been complaining of little or no business, with contractors traveling from as far as Berbice to the asphalt plant on the East Bank. The plant is operated by the Demerara Harbor Bridge Corporation, which would mean that the state would have lost tens of millions of dollars in revenues. This afternoon, Public Works Minister Juan Edgel ordered an immediate investigation into the rocket to find out whose ass was actually at fault. According to independent energy research company Rystad Energy, ExxonMobil is expected to spend some US $3.6 billion for development works on the Payara Field Development Plan. In one of its latest reports, Rystad noted that SBM Offshore is operating under an advanced commitment on the Payara FPSO vessel Prosperity with ExxonMobil and its partners, while adding that the contractor has started procurement activities in collaboration with Chinese and Singaporean yards. Yes, people, I will say prosperity like that every time. You there, bumpy-faced person, don't you think it's time you do something about those blockheads? This premium blockhead remover vacuum can help. Get it delivered to you in Georgetown, Bubbies, or Linden. Call Triple B's on telephone number 682-8326 or visit them on Facebook. Triple B's Enterprise, remember the name. Now, let's take a look at news in the region and around the world. E-Learning Jamaica has completed the distribution of tablets and accessories to approximately 21,000 eligible teachers under the Tablets for Teachers program. The program is an initiative between the government and the Jamaica Teachers Association. Its aim is to provide teachers with tablet computers for personal use and curriculum support. Obviously. On September 21st, the United States imposed even further sanctions against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and 5 individuals within his government. The move was done in response to their trading with Iran. The Venezuelan Foreign Ministry said it considers the new US sanctions as an act of aggression. The US is also blocking $7 billion in assets belonging to Venezuela's national oil and gas company, Petróleos de Venezuela, also known as PDVSA. A new study that analyzed the pandemic in Brazil has found a link between the spread of the virus and past outbreaks of dengue fever. Such data suggests exposure to the mosquito-transmitted illness may provide some level of immunity against the Rona. Places with lower Rona infection rates and slower case growth were locations that suffered intense dengue outbreaks in the past 2 years. The researcher told Reuters that the results are particularly interesting because previous studies have shown that people with dengue antibodies in their blood can test falsely positive for antibodies of the Rona, even if they have never even been infected with the virus. Don't fall for these get-rich-quick schemes, people. There is a legit way you can earn some extra cash to supplement your existing hustle. Sell TopUp. You could become a TopUp vendor quick and easy by linking Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. And now for our weird news story of the day. For many of us, Zoom meetings have become an annoying part of life. Well, one politician in Mexico thought she found an ingenious way to skip out on all the work meetings. Just put a photo of yourself on the screen and walk away. Yes, Valentina Batres Guadalajara was attending a remote meeting of the Congress of Mexico City on Friday. But seemingly not intent on sticking around, the legislator of the National Regeneration Movement could be seen using a photograph of herself as a virtual background before appearing to exit the call. If this was a cover-up, then it was not a great plan on paper and was executed very poorly as well, because you can see the whole setup. Best case scenario, surely you have to get the photo set up in advance and then just hope nobody asks you anything or notice that you don't blink, but Guadarrama could clearly be seen leaving her seat with her arm often jutting into the foreground of the shot. A recording of the video went viral on social media in Mexico. However, Guadarrama responded by saying she did it accidentally and was looking for help to fix her screen back to normal. Whether she's telling the truth, I'll leave that to you to decide. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, should we install public urinals to curb peeing in public? Jenna J said, yes, that would be a good idea. I fed up seeing some big man ducking down in them bush. Haha, me too, bud, me too. KS says, they can't invest in public pee holes because it'll cut into their new car auction. Plus, they'd probably send the money overseas through HSBC to import some cheap Chinese knockoff of it instead of setting up a local builder to do the work. Haha! Well, you've got to give them some props for their creativity and scumming, am I right, KS? And finally, Spartan Otaku said, in my opinion, it wouldn't make a difference because there can be a garbage bin in the direct vicinity of most Guyanese, and yet they would still litter. I believe the same would apply to the urinals, but it would be a nice change of pace, and I believe they should incorporate some. Good answers, people. So tonight I leave you with this question. Jamaica is giving their teachers tablets to aid in online instruction. Should we consider doing the same, or should we try something else to deal with education during these times? Think about that question, and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we just might feature it in Wednesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Noriko Bullford saying good night, folks. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.